So when Final Cut X first released, I was so pumped. I was on 7 for the longest time and I was ready for something new, but what we got was like terrible. It was pretty bad. So I used 7 a bit more, but then update after update, Final Cut X got better. Still, a lot of people have moved from Final Cut to Adobe and other editing suites, and I just want Final Cut to keep with the updates. So here are 10 changes that I wish Final Cut would make in their next update. Number 1, enable us to adjust temperature in the color correction window. There are some awesome third-party plugins that allow this, but it should be included. Almost everyone who color corrects would benefit from having just a slider for color temperature. Why not? Number 2, fix automatic audio crossfades. I used to use this trick in Final Cut 7 all the time. I would select the clip in my timeline, press Command T to make some awesome crossfades, and it was automatic. This made viewing a bunch of like raw footage in a row bearable because it would have audio crossfades between every single clip, so it wouldn't be like really loud or really quiet. If you do this now, the program moves the clips around because it warns about not having enough space on each side of the clip, and it just doesn't work as well as it used to. Number 3, better automatic audio level normalization. I use the loudness feature in almost every audio clip with talking in it, but I would like better normalization features and the ability to clean up noise levels for like audio filled clips. It would just help in the end. Number 4, allow timeline locked markers. I love a lot of things about the way that markers currently work in Final Cut X, but I don't understand why we can't have markers that are locked to a specific place in time in the project and not just locked onto specific clips. Number 5, the ability to place custom PNG files on the viewer. So I like to edit 16:9 aspect ratio footage into 2.35:1, but leave the black bars. Right now I have to place a PNG file on top of my other tracks in the timeline. I want to place this overlay in the viewer and be able to adjust its opacity and then turn it on and off just with a click. I think that would be great. Number 6, small adjustments to buttons in the event browser. Allowing for clip size to increase or decrease with clickable buttons on either end of the already available slider would be much easier than just like clicking the slider and then dragging it to make clips bigger or smaller. I find myself like making the smallest adjustments when it should just be the smallest adjustments on, you know, clicks, which this is a tiny thing, but it would be really easy to be so much better. Number 7, the ability to color code clips in the timeline. I know that you can adjust roles in a way that add color to specific clips and groups, but it should be as simple as just alt-clicking a clip to assign a certain color. Kind of like tags in the Finder for Macs, but within Final Cut. Like personally, I would make certain sequences in the timeline a color to like make different sections in my film. And then I would also want to, you know, give the best few clips like a gold color or something like that. I think that would be cool. Number 8, change the size and view type of each track in the timeline. There are some options to change the view of tracks, but I want even more control. My main audio track is always too small compared to the video tracks, and I want to be able to see the waveform better. Like I just want to pick the size for each track depending on what I'm doing, because at different points in the edit, I want to see certain tracks more, you know, larger than others. Number 9, more control over what is actually on the screen in general. Get rid of the playback controls that I never use. Like Photoshop has a good amount of customization in the workspace, and Final Cut should mimic this feature. I really just personally want to create more of a minimal experience while I'm editing, just so I can eliminate distractions and just focus on what I'm doing. Default keyframes should be set to gradient or like a straight line, rather than Bezier or spline or whatever the wave is. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's always set to change like a fade at the beginning and the end instead of just changing all the way through. So those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. But if not, until then, see you.